But on my rightful part, my thoughts are what?
Sir.
Edoma ye. That's what I tell them all the time. He visited these 4 principalities. The Ogiamien came out with full chest that they will be able to help him to bring Benin Kingdom down. But the Benin Kingdom that they promised him that they were going to bring down is still here. Why they are going down one by one. Then I don't know the bargain he had with Umo Wunokwa. But I really didn't see their hand. Only that the current occupant there is fledging up. He's only fledging up, believing that he's the Oba, is the second Oba. So that's what I am against. But in all of this, it was only Ogiamien that openly opened their house for them to use them to fight Benin Kingdom. And when you bring them out on a proper historical debate, they cannot answer for it.
Thanks for clicking on this channel. Please subscribe to FO's blog history and click on the notification button so that whenever we upload a new video you will be notified. The 4 principalities in Benin Kingdom Obaseki wanted to use to divide Benin, only Ogiamien accepted to be used. Obaseki visited these 4 principalities in Benin Kingdom to use them to divide the kingdom. They are Ogiamien, Inyazar of Hudo, Alarwurer of Husan, and Enogie of Humagunakwa, because of their historical significance in Benin history. These are people Obaseki wanted to use to divide the Benin Kingdom. 3 of them, Inyazar of Hudo, Alarwurer of Husan, and Enogie of Humagunakwa all rejected Obaseki's offer, except Ogiamien who accepted to challenge the Benin monarch. When Obaseki visited these 4 principalities, Mr. Nzadua was on social media shouting that Obaseki wants to divide Benin Kingdom, but most people didn't believe him. The reason why most people didn't believe him is because they don't understand Benin's history, and what you don't understand, you would not believe it. As Obaseki was visiting these people, Mr. Nzadua was constantly countering every move he made on social media. Suddenly, the greedy Enigi emerged from nowhere and told him they were ready to be used. Obaseki gladly opened his doors and started using them to divide the kingdom. He created Edo South Traditional Council and said each local government in Edo South was going to have its traditional council and he would be paying them directly. Mr. Nzadua stated that he has come to understand about Oba El Wahe II, and he would not forgive these suspended Enigi. As for the Enogie of Egbian Saluko, he was not suspended but removed permanently from the throne. Please sit down and watch this explosive analysis from Mr. Nzadua.
Sorry, man. The question on him. I'm about
the question where you here.
Okay, this last caller, Banya, she's talking about the banter and and the first one was about concerning the Enigi also. That is a Nogi saying me. Yes, that he was rubbing shoulder with Obaseki and Iniero that he wanted Emaswen to comment. Say 1 or 2 things about
I don't think Elawure is not on the list because Elawure am going to do a meeting. It was the only time Elawure do a meeting with Obaseki was at the time when Noya was commissioning the Ovia, which is like the constituency in Elawure Kure. Well, Elawure had no. There are some certain things. I mean, listing not low work, and they can listen is a place of authority. And Elawure was not found wanting. What the meetings Elawure had was not part of the meeting to divide Benin Kingdom. Elawure understand his place in Benin history. So he had no hand. Omagunya do meeting where how to go nigi do a meeting. Because in the first place, every kwave where nigi we do a meeting historically. So because he has a place, or you know, so he has a place. The Lawure is not an enogi in his place. It's not an enogi. Or you know who nedu in the cat which you can liken to be like at the level of which nicknamed Obani when I do and all and all of that. I will tell on these are strategic people that has their place. So Elawore does not have a status of an enogi. Let nobody be
under Baba you.
under Baba. Under who is under who no haya ye? It's under a Baba name. But when I know ye do, I know ye gwa. So, but he never had a meeting with them for the division. You understand? But some of these times there are some historical controversies. When so the current Elawore now who died do kakabo. You understand? You know, because the Elawore tends to have pat their leg in Yoruba land, pat their leg in Benin. But Edoya Ugi, but they have an history tied to Yoruba. All right. Ovima Adiedo. So the Ina has his own place in history. So it's part beneath his part, beneath his part Ife. From chronology. So but Edoya Uda, Runda, you cannot say Wauda Yoruba when you are in Benin Kingdom. But every single thing that makes him a Lawure is better than Benin. So Omamo Bo who the division. So why we more Bo? I'll tell you straight up. When the time Abena you know say so until Manokumo will not that this is what I believe. It's my own personal opinion, which I can defend anytime that this is my belief that he's supposed to be on the list, or is not on the list. I don't know why. Anyway, I don't know why, but something is wrong somewhere. So Lawure, he has no hand in it. You know, again, I case when matter nana. Noah Rosadebe Avenue. He visited 4 people. Iyase of Udo, the Lawure of Usen, Ogiamien, Umo Wunokwa. Aro Nena. When I saw the pattern of his visitation, Ena Soladia, as far back as 2022.
Before you continue, what is the significance, the importance of the governor visiting Ogiamien? Because these other 3 people in West Winia, we can say historically they play more impact, even in the day-to-day, if not because of their rebellious act. But himself adding Ogiamien inside, what is the
it's the same, this significant impact we are talking about. Here and Nena have almost the same historical significant impact in Benin. It is these 4 principalities that has an historical argument of not being under the Oba of Benin. Here and Nena. So it's not a coincidence that the 4 people he was fraternizing with has an history. At one point in history, the Umo Wunokwa people, Nagiti Obanugu, were independent from Benin Kingdom for 300 years. Yamagagioba for 300 years. The Iyase of Udo, the Udo people, as always, be fighting Benin for up to almost about 1,000 years until the last conquering by Obaseki.
That is the incident between Esigi and Arwan.
That was the final battle. After that battle, there were still remnants of Aran's militaries, like the Akpanigiakon, which was not later defeated. Again, defeated Akpanigiakon. That's when we ended that Udo rivalry. There's always been Udo rivalry even before Ogiso time. Ake Amego Ogiso, Edove Udo Binane. Now, the another person is Ogiamien, who claimed that they own Benin. The Lawure of Hussein, at one point in Israel, has also claimed to be independent from Benin. So visiting these 4 principalities cannot be a coincidence. He was the Memio who visited because I'm very familiar with Benin history. I queried, I screamed that it cannot be a mere coincidence. There are some people who has lectured him. How can you visit these 4 people? So a mere coincidence. That's when I started looking that he's planning to divide Benin Kingdom. That was far back 2022. People go and look for my videos. Now he's planning to divide Benin Kingdom. He's planning to divide Benin Kingdom. Nobody believed me. Because why a lot of persons will not believe me, because 99.9% of the people does not really understand Benin history.
Exactly.
So what you don't understand, you will not believe. But when he was visiting these people, and I also started countering him until then Alpha, we are ready. Come and use us. And now I open a door. Where Sokoto or Sokoto. That's the case of the Enigi. He was looking for a way to penetrate Benin Kingdom, trying to use these four principalities. Then Emani Waruwe no Waruwe wa Awado Bunya. Awado wa Bunya Alpha users. So no need to now use these 4 principalities, because of all the people that he wanted to use, the Iyas of Udo refused, Elawure refused. Ogiamien did not refuse. In short, the Ogiamien started rebelling. They were willing to be used. In short, they were placed under salaries. Don't forget the Mokiface Ire. The Mokiface was giving police escort right from Waters Grant from Lagos. And we were able to get his phone number. We tracked his phone number. And the people that Mokiface was in constant talk, one of them, Uyinesun, not a apostle. I am not telling you. If anybody comes out to deny, we have the list.
Yes.
Okay,
I share the social media that up to 15 numbers now at here. And a lot of the call was directed trace to Sadebe. A lot of it, and they got pick the call.
So go ahead. Nobody in his right senses cannot say that truly Godwin was backing these people up to humiliate and divide Benin Kingdom. Because when Mokiface came, he even confessed. This Webo, that area escort area from Osadebe Avenue. These are the same people trying to not tell me so do what. That if they have a right to divide Benin Kingdom, don't you also have a right to protect Benin Kingdom?
Exactly.
So now and I've told them that if the part that you guys told is the rightful part, why Tosema?
Sir.
But on my rightful part, my Tosowa.
Sir.
That's what I tell them all the time. He visited these 4 principalities. The Ogiamien came out with full chest that they will be able to help him to bring Benin Kingdom down. But the Benin Kingdom that they promised him that they were going to bring down is still here. Why they are going down one by one. Then I don't know the bargain he had with Umo Wunokwa. But I really didn't see their hand. Only that the current occupant there is fledging up. He's only fledging up, believing that is the Oba, is the second Oba. So that's what I am against. But in all of this, it was only Ogiamien that openly opened their house for them to use them to fight Benin Kingdom. And when you bring them out on a proper historical debate, they cannot answer for it. How can you claim to be the owner of Benin? How? What history? In my history, in what history? I have told them that, assuming that the Oba of Benin do not exist, assuming, I'm your Oba, just assume. Let's remove the Oba of Benin. You come and prove, Ogiamien family, come and prove when we are in your door. That's the question I've asked. Assuming I'm your Oba, this has nothing to do with the Obas of Benin now. What to prove? Evian reigned in the 11th century. So, do the Evian want to tell us now that before the Evian reigned, there were 31 Ogisos? Now, the Evian want to tell us now that Ianyaido, when the history told us categorically very clear that Paidu had 3 sons, Efa and Emehi, and Benin, they are still existing till date. Here to Laidu, here to Lamehi, they are all around. Egbe Laidu, Egbe Lamehi, Onyaido. So, these are the 2 oldest families in the entire Benin Kingdom. Every other families in Benin Kingdom came from Egbe Laidu and Egbe Lamehi. Laiso Toboye, Laiso or Lamogun, all of them, they all came from these 2 families. So how do you not prove that you own Otedo when this Ogefa, Numwepowe Nozepen, they are still existing?
Exactly.
The head of the Laidu family.
Yes.
Why you still have Lamehi family still existing in Benin? How do you not claim to be owners? Forget about the royal house now. Let's remove about that. Let's talk plainly. Come and prove how you own Edo land. They cannot come out and prove it. So who are they trying to deceive? Histories are not by emotions.
Exactly.
We're not illiterate. You can't come and tell us histories are not emotions. Then now we get Benin, they can't come from Yoruba land, you can't come from, they can't collect Benin. So the question is, assuming say they're not they exist, these people when you say come from Yoruba land now, let me say they're not they exist. Tell us how you take home Benin. They cannot say it. So
we discussed in our when we go ahead because I rebuke it right where this thing is going to backfire. My question is, if a lot of the sons of this suspended Enige decided to come out to go on a plea mission, how do you see? Do you think a Baba will have a change of mind, forgiving the? I'm not saying to bring back this their father because they want once contaminated, you remain contaminated by me because they are betrayer. A betrayer will remain a betrayer. But their sons, some of their sons are coming out to say they are not in line with the honor of their father. Do you think that these children they have a chance to later come back to stay in the same position like their father? Please comment.
They will say
their father and supported this suspension.
Come back. I'm very positive about that. I gave an historical record of what transpired in the time of Obaiwa the First. They were rebels. What Obaiwa the First did was he eliminated the first generation and replaced them with their sons. It's the same thing that is going to happen. But what I am very certain of, not in the reign of this Obaiwa the Second, with any of these Nigel is shorter, because I have said 2 or 3 about where they listening. Yama sote amoge bayan. To but nigile sote, I am very certain that not in the reign of Obaiwai the second or Itowoba or Ipewoba, but certainly not in the reign. And the only person whose line will never become an Enogi again is the former Enogio of Egbansi Loko. But the rest, Amuya Aburu. Aburu is a suspension. Aburu is not saying that if you plead your way, that you will not be forgiven. But for what I've come to understand about Obaiwai the second, or while Obaiwai, probably he might forgive them. Some of them might still come back. But I don't think for what I have understood about Obaiwai the second. Because I really doba Eduizeni. All I know is that coup d'etat. Of your boy, if you see your own child betraying you, taking side with an Oriovi to betray you, you don't forgive that child.
No, it pains to the bone.
Forgive that child. Well, for money, that's what they have done. What they have done is not a tight space. Should they have succeeded? The history of Benin of 2070 years old since the monarchy system started would have been in complete ruin. Once Benin kingdom. That's what they wanted to do. But all I can guarantee you, I don't think the same punishment, their children will have to lobby and beg and beg. And I will advise them to start on time. How are they this one? Because I really have started.
They have to start it. And will you also comment on Gregory Akenzwa, one of the rebellious prince from the palace who also joined? The title there is also possibility that his son can also inherit.
He's suspended.
Okay.
Amo Aburu. Okay, Ewobanos Amo Aburu, the prof.
Okay.
But Oni personally was painful to the palace because he was probably one of the most respected person that Omo had regards for.
That is true.
Don't forget, he was the chairman of the planning committee of the coronation. At one point in time, became the oldest male Akenzwa. So the things that Omo wanted to get done was placed in his care. He was Omon's favorite uncle. But he betrayed him. I mean, some of us that know so much. I mean,
exactly.
Otherwise, if you can't even want to present to a monarch forgive them. We're not tired of that dies again to even come out and say it. And
well, my uncle also Iwakabo supported that is Chief Sekure. What is his own in all this mess? Because he's part of the people knowing Can you please also comment?
Well, I cannot say much about Sekure because He's already paying for his sins. Like I said, I only bad book Ogegwa. It is, in the cycle of the palace, but it is not good to be too close to the palace. It is not good to be too far from the palace.
Exactly.
He knew what the palace represented. There are some certain things, there are some certain people no women so. Yeah, I want more again because I am my no. I am my no. Name no who. But there are some certain persons you do not forgive because
and it fall in that category.
Yes. Sekure knew everything that has to do with the Benin. He knew Sekure during the time of Obaredia was probably one of the most powerful chiefs, if not the most powerful. He knew. So whatever thing he did, he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. Ow! So whatever that has befallen, but one thing, there was a time I spoke about him, one of his sons called me. He was trying to talk anyhow and all of that. And I told him that you people are part of the people supporting other people to insult the palace, even with the way you are talking to me. And I told him that my father is a Mobian. I have not benefited from the palace. I have not benefited here. I have not benefited from the palace. Era imaswen. Omari give gwa. Era no kwa. Aluge. Omari give gwa. So my lineage has never been close to the palace. So I'm not a beneficiary of the palace. But all that you people have been is that palace made your family lineage. Palace made your lineage powerful. You are supposed to be the one to worship the palace.
Yes.
But I'm the one doing it. Why? The place that you have benefited from, it cannot make what you people are. And don't forget, you people are the relatives of the palace. You people are supposed to be the first people to fight. So it's only when you benefit from the palace, that is when you think the palace is good. But if you don't benefit from the palace, you think the palace should be brought down. That is the mentality of most Benin people now. I choose not to be like them. Whether I benefit from the palace.
You are very, very correct, my brother. I don't know if it's because of greed or ignorance. A lot of us are not patriotic enough that to place the interests of the state above financial gain. I don't know why. And when you try to explain it, some of them will say, we don't need any help. I don't understand what you are saying because it is about your identity. This is what makes you who you are. So how can you try to substitute another thing for your own identity? Because when you substitute something else for your own identity, then you are hollow, you are nothing, just like an empty drum. And a lot of them still find it difficult to comprehend that at this present time they are supposed to even come out now, whereby we are finding it and we are seeing it in mostly in Nigeria, identity crisis. The problem of everybody is trying to box themselves, try to write themselves into other people's history. This is the time Edo people supposed to resonate and stand behind their king. But you see them try to use political idea or different thing just to maneuver their way to hide their cowardness or betrayal. You know, I'm totally disappointed in majority. And the people doing this, majority of them are elders in their early 60s upwards. And I'm so disappointed. Go ahead, my brother.
So Nibui Wedo, the Sagi or Yamur. When Ewa Wabuno Gibia Enedo Otedo, but they are originally not from Benin. We understand that history. Why so? So, but those Novagile Uyedo we never do what a lot of them are doing. I don't know. Wadomo.
Boy, you know, the way you explain it today, I believe a lot of people, I can see in their comment, everybody is quiet because this suspension lad and gear because said the animal understand that this thing it is going to because the joker card ever can pull it a rug in under their leg. And of which just when you explain na when why they are do so it is suicidal and stupid for somebody to relinquish somebody the person that gave you authority that you are manifesting on and who do you dance with another person no any power niro. So I knew where if you're here daily. But you see a lot of our Edo people so would be just like the Kolanoga band, they try to say, oh, I know when I need supposed to suspend Ukbaro, Udero, as if how do you merge these two together? The Benin Traditional Council, the Royal House, is totally different from the budget allocation in everything that is being set aside for Edo State. But the politicians have been able to use their propaganda and deception tactics to fuse in the palace in their propaganda, their machine in their social media. This is one of the things I cannot see the way they link up together. Kotu ari egware, Ukbaro ari egware, Amape teachers ari egware. Why is it that you people are just so obese? I ask them, these are Benin people also. You try to use, because you lost an election, you are trying to bring the palace inside. We heard in the first 10, Edo State, a lot of propaganda are gone. The same thing that is still going on now. And the same group of Edo people, I know you people are listening. A lot of people have accused that sons and brothers of the royal house are selling land. Is this not the same 99% of the royal house that you are selling? Naka walking to we igwenini. Iya yiva enigwena, enigena na suspend. And a lot of this enige that is suspended, according to because I know some are facts who were the last time I went home, you went to Bowenwege. The majority of them are dealing on land grabbing and selling of land. So is it not clear that the same people who are accused were Egwamotofu, Amiman Owene, but instead of them to say, oh, to realize that, oh, these are the real people causing nuisance in this community, they still hide behind their political affiliation, not to say the truth. Also, not like Mutaban where and I also believe when no matter the minority, the truth will remain the truth. This thing is just a fact. It was like a mission to balkanize Edo State, just like what Ganduji did to Sanusi in the north. That the next governor will reinstate. It was clear, very direction. We look at where it was going to. But because if you hear those who were so but they knew where this was what it was going to. Even when you look at the artifact, I felt ashamed if an Edo man should be talking from the economic value or your foundation of discussing about when you want to debate the artifact. And I look at it that you are talking from the point line of the person who can invade you where, who has no right to tell you how you are going to store it or where you are going to keep it, because he has no moral right to even discuss anything about sanity. But we sold this out and started arguing with our governor, with our house, some defending the governor, some say it is economic benefit, forgetting that what you are now saying, it was not meant for museum. Even if this new dimension now really museum in it, that the European put it in museum, but a museum here not do a Benin man supposed to understand that the British have no history, so it is normal when I go on looting and expedition, everything I stole, I have to showcase it to my community. So all a museum here, all you mama do so when you want to bring it back, I expected by our people know okay, let us do it well, calm down again now. Oh, advise the governor, dance to the tune of Erima. But rather than they were saying the economic value, creating another board of trustee different from what the royal house was the planning. And at the end of it all, we came into a quagmire, if not for President Buhari, who gazetted it. The handwriting was very, very clear to Edo people who were patriotic, and a lot of them knew. Some of them were, but majority of them, because of their political affiliation, we look at Taiban and politics. They don't want to say it out. I don't know what is behind it. Because when I look at the Muslim, the North, they protect their own heritage. The Togima that have foundation that is so cherished and loved, and have credentials to back it up, we are sleeping. I don't know how we're going to come out of this problem.